Fallout is a franchise built on choice. Your actions decide the fate of towns, factions, and entire civilizations. Sometimes those choices lead to progress, peace, or even hope, but other times, the ending is bleak. Entire communities vanish, humanity falls under tyranny, and freedom is replaced by chains. Today, we're counting down the 15 darkest endings in Fallout history. 15. Vault 101 collapses, Fallout 3. We begin with home itself. Fallout 3 lets you shape the future of Vault 101, the place you grew up in. Depending on your actions, things spiral out of control. The Overseer may be killed, a martyr struggles to keep order, and the once tightly controlled vault breaks down into chaos. What makes this ending dark is the irony. The vaults were supposed to be humanity's salvation. Instead, Vault 101 becomes proof that isolation and paranoia doom people just as surely as the wasteland outside. It reminds you that sometimes there's no such thing as safe. 14. The Glow, Fallout 1. Not a scripted ending, but a death so iconic it feels like one. The Glow is where the bombs first fell, the West Tech research facility. If you enter without protection, the radiation overwhelms you almost instantly. There's no dramatic cutscene, no fanfare. You simply die, unremembered, inside the ruins of the very place that helped create the apocalypse. It's dark because it feels hopeless. Fallout doesn't coddle you, it punishes you for stepping into history's grave unprepared. 13. The Den Slavery ending, Fallout 2. Fallout 2's towns evolve based on your choices. In the Den, if you allow slavers to thrive, the town becomes a center of human trafficking. Families are broken, children disappear, and the settlement becomes a nightmare. It's a quiet kind of darkness, not cinematic, not loud, just a world getting worse because you allowed cruelty to spread unchecked. Fallout's message is simple. Sometimes the evil you ignore is just as bad as the evil you commit. 12. Necropolis dies, Fallout 1. Necropolis is one of Fallout's earliest ghoul settlements, but if you fail to repair their water supply in time, the entire population perishes. The haunting part is in the silence. You return later, expecting life, and instead find only empty streets and corpses. Fallout doesn't play music or show a cutscene. It just leaves you to walk through what used to be a community, and that subtlety makes it one of the series' bleakest outcomes. 11. The Brotherhood's Iron Grip, Fallout 3, Broken Steel DLC. At first, siding with the Brotherhood of Steel feels righteous. They protect the capital wasteland from the Enclave and super mutants, but in the Broken Steel DLC, their victory can twist. The Brotherhood grows too powerful. They stop being guardians and start being rulers. Towns fall under their military law, dissent is crushed, and freedom is replaced with steel-clad tyranny. It's disturbing because it asks a hard question. Is order still good if it's enforced at gunpoint? 10. Vault Dweller's Exile, Fallout 1. After everything, the Vault Dweller saves Vault 13. They defeat the Master, stop the super mutant army, and secure clean water. But instead of being welcomed back, the Overseer exiles them. The Overseer fears the Dweller's stories of the outside world will inspire others to leave, so the vault doors close, not with gratitude, but with rejection. You walk into the wasteland alone, punished for being a savior. This was Fallout's first ending, and it made it clear, happy endings are rare in the wasteland. 9. The Master wins, Fallout 1. One of Fallout's darkest what-if outcomes. The Master's plan succeeds. He forcibly evolves humanity into a race of super mutants, stripping away individuality. The chilling part is that the Master doesn't think he's evil. He believes he's saving the species, creating unity where chaos once reigned. That twisted idealism makes this ending haunting. The apocalypse doesn't end with destruction, but with forced assimilation. 8. Megaton destroyed, Fallout 3. At number 8, we have one of the most infamous Fallout choices. In the quest, The Power of the Atom, you can disarm Megaton's bomb and save the town, or detonate it. If you choose destruction, you're rewarded with luxury at Tenpenny Tower, but you also stand and watch as an entire town is vaporized. What makes it so disturbing is the temptation. Fallout gives you the option to kill hundreds of innocents for nothing but greed and status, and many players take it. 7. NCR Collapse, Fallout, New Vegas. The NCR represents civilization, law, and structure. But if they lose at Hoover Dam, their empire begins to crumble. Without the dam, their supply lines collapse, their soldiers scatter, and their control over the Mojave disintegrates. For settlers who relied on them, it's the end of order. Raiders and warlords thrive, and the Mojave becomes even more dangerous. This ending is dark because it shows how fragile civilization really is. 6. Caesar's Legion victory. Fallout, New Vegas. If Caesar's Legion wins, the Mojave becomes a nightmare. Slavery spreads, towns burn, crucifixions line the roads. The Legion isn't chaos, it's brutal order enforced by fear. Fallout doesn't sugarcoat it. In this ending, freedom itself is crushed under Caesar's philosophy of domination. The Mojave doesn't rebuild, it bleeds. 5. The wildcard ending, Fallout, New Vegas. Going independent sounds like the true freedom option, but if the courier seizes control, the reality is darker. Without NCR or Legion oversight, the Mojave fractures, towns are abandoned, raiders rise, and the dream of independence turns to chaos. Worse, the courier themselves can become a tyrant. It's Fallout reminding us that power without accountability always rots, even if it wears the mask of freedom. 4. Institute victory, Fallout. 4. At number 4, Fallout 4 offers one of its most deceptive dark endings. On the surface, the Institute looks like progress, advanced technology, gleaming labs, scientists claiming to rebuild civilization. But their methods are horrifying. Kidnapping, murder, replacing humans with synths, control by deception. If the Institute wins, the Commonwealth becomes a puppet state. Civilization returns, but under the shadow of totalitarian science. 3. Synth genocide, Fallout 4. One of Fallout's darkest moments comes if you side with the Brotherhood of Steel and destroy the Institute. It's presented as saving humanity, but in the process, you wipe out the synths, beings that think, feel, and fight for freedom. It's genocide, plain and simple. Fallout forces you to confront the question, what makes someone human, and who gets to decide? The fact that the Brotherhood believes they're justified makes it all the more chilling. 2. Enclave triumphs, Fallout 2. At number 2, we face one of Fallout's absolute worst-case scenarios. If the Enclave succeeds, they release the modified FEV virus across the wasteland. Everyone outside their ranks, every scavenger, settler, and wanderer, dies. This isn't tyranny. It isn't slavery. It's extinction. The world reduced to a handful of elites hiding in bunkers, rewriting humanity in their image. It's one of the bleakest visions Fallout has ever offered. 1. Tranquility Lane forever, Fallout 3. At the top, the darkest Fallout ending isn't a bomb or a war, it's a simulation. In Tranquility Lane, Dr. Braun traps people in a 1950s neighborhood, forcing them to relive his sadistic fantasies. You're given quests inside the simulation. Ruin a marriage, drive a woman to suicide, or slaughter the entire town while wearing a clown mask. The catch? For the residents, there's no way out. They live and die inside Braun's twisted game for eternity. This isn't destruction, it isn't extinction, it's endless torment, dressed up in cheerful music and picket fences, and that's why it earns the #1 spot. Fallout's darkest endings share a theme: humanity repeating its mistakes. Sometimes it's genocide, sometimes tyranny, sometimes simple betrayal. Fallout doesn't let you escape the truth, that survival doesn't always mean hope. Sometimes the future is darker than the apocalypse itself.